Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. A very good afternoon to everyone. A warm welcome to the Tadvida Sambhasha Parishad Facebook page. Today is the last session of mine on the Darshana topic. So today I am planning to give you the hints for the examination purpose, especially for the UG students. If they asked for the 10 marks, how much points you have to cover, what are the things you need to be covered, all the things I am going to explain. So I know this Darshana topic is not that much getting interested by reading and all. It will be like if you start reading Darshana, so many people might have get a sleep also. That's why, but don't think it as a very not useful subject. But it is not only for the purpose of aged persons. It is present era purpose, what generation we are here, no? For them only it is very useful. If you understand the concepts of darshanas, we will be leading a happy and healthy life. So this is not for like completely it is not adhyatma. To lead a happy and normal life also, we need some hints and all. So otherwise we will be very much in running behind the our desires only. We will not concentrate on our work and all. That's why Darshana is necessary to read. Not only don't read for the examination purpose, try to understand the tattvas of that Darshana, so that this is definitely useful in your practice also. Because our main Chikitsa Shastra, Ayurveda, is explaining about the three types of Chikitsa, no? Adhyatmika, Adidayvika, Adibhautika rogas. For that purpose, rogas, to cure those three varieties of rogas, we are having a three Chikitsa, that is Sattvavajaya Chikitsa, then Sattvavajaya, Daivapashraya and Yuktivapashraya. These three are the Chikitsa we are using for the purpose of Adidayvika, Adibhautika and Adhyatmika. So what Adhyatmika disease is, the Manasika related, we are giving the Sattvavajaya Chikitsa, no? To do that counseling properly, we need to have the knowledge about all these darshanas, because we are getting the many patients like from different community, no? So if the person from Jain community comes, means you can, according to their theory only, you can convince them. Already most of the Ayurvedic doctors are very much good counselor. We are lucky that we learnt these all things in even our first year BMS only. So this is a very very important things we have to be concentrated on these also, for the purpose of chikitsa aspect also, not only for the purpose of examination point. But today, so I will make easy, because for first year it will be little difficult to understand the concepts. Later on we will try to think that why we not studied and all. So presently mainly to make easy to understand the darshana topic and to write in properly, because in PV paper 1 only Padartha Vijnana, many of the students were getting failed because of not understanding the many concepts. Completely, suddenly they will be shifting from the science based to this Ayurveda, no? It is completely Sanskrit language leading, and all the topics names are different, everything. So they may get difficult. For them, to make easy for them, I just tried to give a small hints. So what are the things you have to cover? So when usually how questions will come in Darshana? For 10 marks, usually they ask like a philosophical background of the fundamentals of Ayurveda. Such questions may ask. So that time fundamentals of the Ayurveda are Panchamahabhuta Siddhantas, Tridosha Siddhantas, Triguna Siddhantas, Samanya Vishesha Siddhantas. So many fundamental theories are there. Karya Karana Siddhanta and all. So all those things you can just correlate with all these darshanas. So in each sessions of that my darshana topic, Astika Darshana, I almost explained about the importance of darshana with Ayurveda, how they are interrelated, how the things are we are accepted in the both darshanas, like that I told. So that only you have to write here, like Ayurveda and Sankhya, Ayurveda and Yoga, all those things. Don't try to write all the whole that Sankhya direction means propounder and also detailed explanation we don't need. Here we only need the fundamental things which are explained in Ayurveda, how they are correlate. We can do the correlation with the different darshanas. So that is same. The Ayurveda, Sankhya and Ayurveda, Yoga and Ayurveda, Nyaya and Ayurveda, Vaisheshika and Ayurveda, Vedanta and Ayurveda, Mimamsa and Ayurveda. All these points we have to cover and write in this for 10 marks purpose. So that also first when you start, no, for 10 marks, always start with the introduction. It should be very impressive one. So introduction part, what you have to write means, what do you mean by darshana? So start with the drishyate aneti darshana. After that, just start the origin of the darshana, how it is emerged, why this is emerged like that, because of the curiosity of the human being. All those things you can just write. One paragraph introduction is enough. After that, you just start the main points what you have to cover. So like each darshana with Ayurveda, like all the things you have to explain for the 10 marks here in philosophical background of fundamentals of the Ayurveda. So next for 10 marks, one more question will come like define darshana, explain its origin and classification of darshanas, and write influence of Sankhya darshana or Yoga darshana. So individual one darshana they will give. So for that again same thing, introduction part, then classification chart you have to put darshana. So give a flow chart, astika and nastika darshana. Because you are writing for the 10 marks here, you have to explain what do you mean by astika, what do you mean by nastika. After explaining that, under astika darshana, you can just make a one table that darshana, the authors or propounder or the propagators, like that you can make a 2 columns. There you write all the 6 darshanas and their authors in front of that darshanas. Then later on in Nastika also again explaining the what do you mean by Nastika, just write down the that Charvaka, Jaina, Bauddha. Same thing here also, make a table for Jaina Darshana written by the Jaimini Maharshi, Bauddha by Gautama Buddha, Charvaka by Bruhaspati, like that you just make a table for, because 10 marks it is. That's why you have to cover these points also. After that they already explained that explain origin. So I already explained in the first session while before explaining the Sankhya Darshana. So just go through that session and you can just write a origin. So why it emerged, what all the questions arise, all those things I explained in that session. That you cover, explain origin means. Then that time origin of the each darshana you can make a one chart. So in which kala the emerging of that darshana is there. That also you can write there. Just a second, I will show like this. You can put a, so like this you can make a chart. That again I will with picture I will show what are the things you need to cover there. So this explanation individual Sankhya Darshana, its influence, everything you have to explain for the 10 marks. Then next question, one more 10 marks already. These are the questions I have taken from the previous question paper. Earlier it was for a 15 marks, but presently the time this is changed, pattern is changed. No? So 10 marks also you need to cover all these things. So 10 pages will be there. That's why you need to cover more points there. And define darshana, write the classification, explain Sankhya in detail. See, Sankhya darshana is asked many times for the 10 marks. 15 marks they asked. So presently you may get also for 10 marks also. So Sankhya darshana you have to stress more. So and write the thing. Same thing here also, introduction part, this classification chart you can put, and astika nastika again you have to explain with authors and darshana. This cover and individual darshana in detail explanation you have to do. This is for the 10 marks they used to ask. So then for the 5 marks they used to ask for padarthas according to Nyaya darshana. So usually padarthas according to Karaka, that and that Nyaya darshana they used to call ask me. That according to especially if they have mentioned means don't change the sequence. Here especially they ask Nyaya darshana according to padartha. Padartha start with the 5 marks, then start with the introduction part. So this is padartha is the important concept explained in the Ayurveda, like that introduction part 2-3 lines you just write and start with the padartha definition. Just don't start writing with the set padartha writing. So padartha means what? Definition and all you have to write. Padasya, padanamo, arthaha, or padasya, arthaha, padartha. So at least for 5 marks you need to write at least 3 to 4 slokas if you are able to write that. So don't get panic that I am not able to write the slokas and all. No need of writing the slokas also. But simple slokas you can write, no? So that much at least you can buy. That slokas also, if you write, then you will get more marks. That's why simple slokas you just buy it and write 2-3 slokas in 5 marks. 10 marks at least we need to write the 5 to 6 or 7 to 8 slokas, like that we need to cover. But in darshana concept we won't get that many slokas. But when you are telling about influence, no, that time you can utilize that Ayurveda shlokas which you violated. So this shloka is explained in our Shastra, so which is similar to darshana. Like that you can quote that shloka. So that name is swastha rakshanam, others like that shloka also you can quote. But mainly it's our yukti, intelligence, how we are correlating that shloka. Simply just they said to write the shloka means don't write all the shlokas. So it's our yukti where we have to place that shloka. So like that you can write. So 5 marks that padartha question. So explaining about the definition of padartha and classification chart you can put here. So bhava padartha, abhava padartha. Bhava again 6 padarthas and abhava padartha, samsarga bhava and nunya bhava. Like that you can just put a chart here. No need of explanation. So then they explained about padartha according to Nyaya Darshana for 5 marks. No? Then detail one by one we have to explain the what do you mean by dravya. Sequence Nyaya Darshana only you have to write. Dravya, Guna, Karma, Samanya, Vishesha, Samavaya. This you have to write. This sequence, each dravya you have to explain. According to Nyaya Darshana means what are the shlokas you violated in the Nyaya Darshana that you can quote here. Okay. This 5 marks you can just after that, after finishing here conclusion also you need to write for the 5 marks also. Then 5 marks they may ask individual darshanas also. That time also same. Start with the drishyate iti darshana. Then flow chart. No need of writing the astika means what, nastika means what. No need. Darshana Beda you can just put a flow chart. Astika, nastika. Under astika write the 6 darshanas and in under nastika that 3 darshanas you have to write. Just a flow chart. No need of detailed explanation. For 5 marks no it is. You have to more give concentration on the main that yoga darshana. Then start with the yoga chitroti nirodha and yoga, it's pravartaka, kala and everything. I will show, I made some points that you will individual that darshana, you will now later I will show you. Like that again for 5 marks, Vaisheshika darshana is asked twice. So this is for the 5 marks. So almost all these things you have to cover. So presently 3 marks questions are there. No? There also you have to do the same thing. So 3 marks questions. So few of the questions asked previous questions are Darshana Bheda. So now earlier it was for only for 2 marks, but presently for 3 marks. No, that time 1 page you have to write. In that only mainly you have to, if your handwriting is too big, then start with the main topic only. If you are writing very small and all this one, then you can write start with the Drishyate Niti Darshanam. Start with that definition. Then Darshana Veda, that flow chart you put, then write the Shad Darshanas and Nastika Darshanas of that 3. Like that you can write. So if time permits, you can also tell the what do you mean by Astika and Nastika. But main thing they have mentioned, asked for the Darshana Veda. No? So concentrate on that only for 3 marks. Then define Astika and Nastika. Separate questions also you may get. That time again, same thing you have to do. Astika definition, under that 6 darshanas you have to tell. Then the Nastika definition, under that the 3 darshanas you have to mention. So this is, you have to write here. Purusharthas also asked one time. Purusharthas, Kama, Moksha. So these are the main important factors. You individually also you can write. What do you mean by Dharma? What do you mean by Artha? So all those things individually also you can, related to Darshana also you can, because Darshana main topic started with the Purushartha. So these are the very important factors. By understanding these, Moksha Pradhanyata is the main ultimate aim of the all the Darshanas. No? So like that you have to mention the Purusharthas also. Then name, Shat Darshana and author. That usually while writing 10 marks, 5 marks, sometimes you will be having less time. That time instead of writing in the sentences as much flow chart or a table form. So here Shat Darshan and author, you make a 2 columns. One side make a Darshana. Don't start writing Sankhya Darshana is propagator is propounder is Kapila Maharshi. Don't start writing. Just make a 1 table, 2 columns. And first column for the Darshana, second column for the propagator or propounder. Like this one slash you just write propagator or propounder. That under that you can just start writing Sankhya Kapila Maharshi. So you are saving the time also and saving your valuable time for thinking and making the sentences and all. So you can do this one. Okay. So like this, these few questions usually seen in the last year question paper. So what are the things you need to cover for the the 10 marks. I will just show you the points. So, I think it's visible to everyone. So for 10 marks, introduction of the darshana, classification of darshana like astika and nastika. So name of the Shad darshana with propagator and propounder, that table also you can put there. Then introduction of the individual darshanas. There you have to cover the points like this is comes under which darshana, astika or nastika. Usually nastika is not for UG syllabus, so just it comes under nastika, astika darshan, like that you start with your main darshana. So propagator or propounder, who is the writer, the time of that darshana, then importance of the books which is written, that under you have to cover here. Then explain the darshana in 3 parts. So in each session I have mentioned how to remember the things. Tattva Mimamsa, Jnana or Pramana Mimamsa, Mulya or Achara or Kartavya Mimamsa, all are same, the synonyms. So mainly 3 parts you have to remember and you have to write it. So then conclusion with the Ayurveda and particular darshanas, which darshana you are talking, that you can cover. So this is for the 10 marks question. Then coming to 5 marks, here we have to cover this small paragraph of introduction of the darshana you can write for 5 marks. Then again same classification chart you have to write, no need of writing the. So after classification chart, so propagator, the kala, then granthas, important grantha. So tattvas, pramanas, moksha, no need of different which are the. Now is it visible? Okay, so pramanas and moksha related topic, what are the points they have covered, just importance of the vadas explained by the each darshana with correlation with Ayurveda. You can, still it is not visible. So these many points you have to cover for the 5 marks. Okay, just now I will show you by one things you have to, what are the things you need to cover. So darshana, like that you can do the introduction part. Drishyate nenite darshana, you can change the different names. Still it is not clear. Still it is not clear. Just a second. Now it is clear. Okay, so like that you can just make a flow chart and all. So darshana beda, astika darshana and nastika darshana, the flow chart you can put under this only. So astika darshana, shad darshana you can mention, nastika darshana, 3 darshana. Okay, this much you have to cover. Then later on, so astika means what, nastika means what, just like this you have to do. So okay, last after explaining this, I will send my, I will give you my mail ID. Who all are wants this one, you can just send me a mail. Okay, I will convert this into the Google this one scanning I will do, and I will send you people. Okay. Now at least it is visible. So total number of darshanas are 363. Among them 9 are very important. So you have to mention Astika means what? Who believed Vedas, Veda Pramanikata, rebirth, liberation, past life, God and all. They are considered as the Astikas. No, it's not possible to write here. Don't send now only. So my Gmail ID I will give last after completing this. Then you can that time I will send you. If you personally mail me, I will send you. Okay. So okay, this much you have to cover here for Darshana introduction part. Then later on, if individual session you have to individual things, it will be like Sankhya Darshana. Sankhya Darshana means what are the things you have to cover here. So it is also called as Kapila Tantra, Kapila Darshana, Nirishwara, Sankhya, like that. The synonyms are there. So that again it is the one of the oldest Astika Darshana. It is considered as the mother of the Darshana. That like that you can mention. And here see, this is simple manner. No need of the Sankhya Darshana Pravartaka is Kapila Maharshi. No need to write all those things. Just you can just make points like this. Pravartaka Kala Grantha. Pravartaka is Kapila Maharshi. Kala is 600 BC. Grantha, famous Grantha, the Sankhya Sutra, Sankhya Karika. So all these things you can mention. So then Sankhya word derivation and all you have to write. Then start with the three parts I told, no? Tattva Mimamsa. Tattva Mimamsa means, so what are the tattvas explained by the individual. The Panchavimshatika Tattva I already explained in the previous sessions. Just go through those things. Prakriti, Vikruti, and na Prakriti, na Vikruti. All those things we have to. Second tattva of Sankhya is Srushti Utpatti. Put this flow chart there. So this flow chart is very important. Everywhere you can utilize this one, Srushti Utpatti. Then third tattva is Triguna. Trigunas you have to mention either in the form this, or if you are biated the shloka, that also you can write. Sattva, Rajatama, how the qualities of that. Everything you have to write. The fourth tattva is Purusha. Purusha concept they explain, no? Then important vadas explained by that Darshana. So Satkarya Vada, Parinama Vada, Dvaita Vadas. These are the important vadas explained to prove their theories. With the help of these theories, they explain. Then Jnana Mimamsa. So Jnana Mimamsa, it is getting the knowledge with the help of Pramanas. No? So there you have to cover Prama means what? Jnana Utpatti, how it is dependent on the Pramata, Prameya, Pramana, all those things you have to take this one. Then Pramanas you can just mention Pratyaksha, Anumana, Shabda with classifications you can just write in the. So Mulya Mimamsa. So third, Trivida Dukkha they explained. So Ajnana is the primary cause for the Dukkha they have said. Then Viveka Jnana is the essential for the Moksha Prapti. These all things you have to. And Apamarga, Moksha Prapti is the very important point you have to cover in the Mulya Mimamsa. So after that, so then you have to write the Sankhya Darshana and Ayurveda. So all those things points I have covered. Like Srishti Utpatti by Moola Prakriti is same even in Ayurveda also, like a Sankhya Darshana. But Indriya Utpatti is not same as like Sankhya, but it is not Ahankarika because our Ayurveda is a Chikitsa Shastra. So Purusha Tattva is also same explanation will get. So all the same points you have to cover in the Sankhya Darshana and Ayurveda. So like this you have to cover. So in Yoga Darshana again same thing. It is also called as Seshwara Sankhya. Yoga among the one of the Astika Darshana. Main name of this Darshana is detaching from the worldly desires. So Pracharaka Patanjali Maharshi. Kala 200 BC, Grantha, Yoga Sutra and Patanjala Sutra. And Vyasa Bhashya is also important one. It is a commentary on the Patanjala Sutra. Then starting with the Tattva Mimamsa. Tattva Mimamsa again same Panchavimshatika Sankhya Darshana along with the 26 tattva, that is Shadvimshati Tattvas. So 26 Tattvas are explained by the Yoga Darshana. So 26th is the Ishvara Tattva. That's why they are also named as Seshwara. Then Ishvara Tattva. The second tattva explained by the yoga is he is the karta, Srushti Utpatti is done by himself, he is Nitya, Sarvajna, Sarvavyapi, like that they used to tell. Srushti Utpatti, so like without the Ishvara Icha, it is not possible to take place. Srushti Utpatti is not going to take, like that they explain. So then fourth tattva is Chitta, means Manas. Main shloka of yoga is Yogaha Chitta Vritti Nirodha, no? So that Chitta also they explained in detail. So it is one of the Antakarana. and manokamana only is a cause for the all the dukkha, they tell. To get rid of these dukkha, yoga is necessary. Chitta vrittis they have mentioned, this comes under this tattvas only. Pramana, viparya, vikalpa, nidra, smriti, and chitta panchabhumis are also they explain, no? Kshipta, mooda, vikshipta, ekagra, niruda. These all things in individual sessions I explain, you can just go through that. Then purusha concept also they explained. So nisargatah shuddha he is chaitanya rupa, swatantra from sharira and mana, like that they also believe. Because yoga and sankhya are yugma darshanas, most of the concepts are same, so that's why satkaryavada, parinamavada and vivetavada is also explained by the yoga darshana. Same like a sankhya darshana only, excepted three pramanas: pratyaksha, anumana and shabda. Then in Mulya Mimamsa, Karta Mimamsa, Pancha Kleshas. Klesha means these are the painful miseries, sufferings. So avidya, asmita, raga, dvesha, abhinivesha. So these all are the Pancha Kleshas. Because of these only everyone is suffering. That is the things explained by the Yoga Darshana. To overcome from these all pain, they advise the Ashtanga Yogas. That in detail I already explained. Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayama, Pratyahara. These five are called as the Bahiranga Yoga sadhanas. Dharana, Dhyana, Samadhi. These are called as the Abhyantara Yoga sadhana. So Ashtanga Yogas are necessary to overcome from the Pancha Kleshas. Then they also explained the 7 yogas. This I not explained while explaining Yoga Darshana. So just listen. This is Raja Yoga, Hatha Yoga, Kundalini Yoga, Mantra Yoga, Laya Yoga, Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga. So these all are the very strictly followed. When the people completely involved in the yoga only, then they will achieve all these siddhis. By doing all these yogas, they will achieve the siddhi. That is siddhi I already explained. The Kriya Yoga, Samadhi Yoga are essentially to get the siddhi prapti. So others Ashta siddhis are explained by the yoga. That is Anima, Laghima, Mahima, Prapti, Prakamya, Vashitva, Ishatva and Yata Kamavasita. So these are points you have to cover in the Kartavya Mimamsa or Mulya Mimamsa. And for sadhana moksha prapti, tapa, swadhyaya, Ishvara pranidhana, darshana is the ultimate aim of the lesson. Same like Sankhya, they are also accepted the Jivan Mukti and Videha Mukti. So here influence are Yoga Darshana and Ayurveda means 26th Tattva Ishvara. The same thing explained in the even in Sushruta Samhita while explaining the Srishti Utpatti. That Swabhavo Ishvara Yadricha Niyata, the 6 Karanas for the Srishti Utpatti, that shloka, the Sushruta Samhita Sharira Sthana first chapter, we will get this one. That you can correlate here. Then Ahimsa Satya Asaya of the Yama. That is also explained while explaining the Sadhurata Palana. Brahmacharya is the one of the important factor of the Trivida Upastamba. Shaucha is also told in Dinacharya Adhyaya. Swadhyaya while explaining the Shishya Vrittis. Then many asanas are in many contexts will get. So like example, Basti, while giving Basti, left lateral positions, all those things will get. No? The prana, and then Pranayama, in detail explanation will get in the Sushruta. Then Samadhi is also, it is the in first chapter of this one, Sutrasthana only will get. Samadhi is the one of the Manasika Roga Chikitsa. Then Trivida Pramanas, also same accepted while studying the Vimanasthana. Trivida Roga Vishesha Vijnani Adhyaya, that also even in 8th chapter, Roga Vishakditi Adhyaya also will study the Trivida Pramanas. Antakarana. So explanation also will get in the Ayurveda. Such things you have to cover in a Yoga Darshana. Then in coming to Nyaya Darshana, it is also called as Hetu Shastra, Hetu Vidya, Pramana Shastra, Tattva Shastra, Tarka Vidya, Vada Vidya, Akshapada Darshana, Anvikshike. These all are the synonyms. Then Nyaya Pratipadana is subject matter of a Nyaya Darshana. For this one shloka is the Niyate Anena iti Nyayam. Means Ni Dhatu. Ni Dhatu, it is the main origin of the Nyaya Darshana, which means to go. Go in search of knowledge, like that. Pramane Artha Parikshanam Nyaya. So in Vatsayana Bhasha also we'll get the importance about the Nyaya Darshana. And in Kautilya Artha Shastra we'll get the beautiful shloka. Pradipaha Sarva Shastranam, Upayaha Sarva Karmanam, Ashrayaha Sarva Dharmanam, Shashvada Anvikshaki Mata. This is the shloka explanation we'll get in the Kautilya Arthashastra. Nyaya Darshana Pravartaka Akshapada Gautama. Kala is 400 BC. Grantha is important is Nyaya Sutra. So Nyaya Darshana can be studied under two categories. The earlier part, that is Prachina Nyaya from 400 BC to 10th century AD, and Navya Nyaya from 13th century AD onwards. So here in Prachina Nyaya they gave importance to Padartha Mimamsa. Gautama Maharshi is the Pracharaka here, and Bahya Stula Vishaya Pratipadaka. They did the Bahya Stula Vishayas. They explained more, concentrated on the Bahya Vishayas. Navya Nyaya, he is the Gangesh Acharya is the Pracharaka of this Navya Nyaya Darshana. There they gave importance to Pramana Mimamsa and Antasthala, Sukshma Vishaya Pratipadaka. They more of the points they covered about the concentrated on the Antasthala, that is Sukshma Vishayas they have concentrated. Then studying under three categories, that is Tattva Mimamsa of Nyaya Darshana. The 16 Padarthas you have to explain individually, like Pramana, Prameya, Samshaya, Prayojana, Drishtanta, Siddhanta, Avayava, Tarka, Nirnaya, Vada, Jalpa, Vittanda, Hetvabhasa, Chala, Jati, Nigrahasthana. These 16 you have to one line just explanation. Or else if your time is not sufficient, just mention 16 Padarthas, that is also enough. And later, second Tattva, 12 Prameyas you have to mention. Atma, Sharira, Indriya, Artha, Buddhi, Mana, Pravrutti, Dosha, Pretyabhava, Pala, Dukkha, Apavarga. So these all are the points you have to cover here. Tattva, second Tattva is 12 Prameyas. Then Srushti Utpatti Tattva, what they explain. It is like a same Vaisheshika Darshanavat. Same like a Paramanuvada. And Ishvara Ichcha is must they are telling. So Ishvara is essential for the Srushti Utpatti. So then fourth Tattva is Ishvara Tattva. He is a supreme to all. He is a Srishtikarta and responsible for the Srishti, Sthiti and Laya. Then Ishvara is considered as the Maulika Tattva of Nyaya Darshana. He is a Nimitta Karana, Karma Phaladata, Shasana Karaka. And everything in this world is a Karya. Ishvara is a Karana for all these things. So Vedas are written by Ishvara. It is the opinion of Nyaya Darshanakara. That's why no need of any Pramanikata for the Vedas. Then the important Vada explained by the Nyaya Darshana are Pitarapaka. So there is physical changes. So it is important Vada. And Asatkarya Vada also they accepted. Then one of the important Tattva they explained is Adrushta Tattva. So Adrushta means it is a responsible for Karma Phala. Shubha Karma will lead into Punya, Ashubha Karma will lead into Papa. This is, they said it as a Adrushta. It's our Adrushta, like fate, like that they used to believe. This is also important Tattva explained by the Nyaya Darshana. Then Pramana Mimamsa. So most of the things are very much we have taken from this Nyaya Darshana only. When we are explaining Pramanas in Ayurveda, no? Most of the examples and all we are taken from this Nyaya Darshana only. With the help of Nyaya Darshana we are explaining. Yathartha Anubhavaha Pramaha Tat Sadhanam Cha Pramanam. So these are the four in number they accepted. Pratyaksha, Anumana, Upamana and Shabda Pramanas. Pratyaksha can be classified into two parts, that is Laukika and Alaukika. Laukika Darshana again classified as the Bahya and Abhyantara. Bahya Laukika Pratyaksha means with the help of Panchendriyas, Karnendriya, Rasanendriya, Chakshurendriya, Sparshanendriya, Granendriya. So with the help of these Indriya, sense organs, what we are perceiving, those comes under Bahya Laukika Pratyaksha. Abhyantara Laukika Pratyaksha, that is nothing but the Manasa Pratyaksha. So after Laukika Pratyaksha, coming to Alaukika Pratyaksha. Alaukika Pratyaksha again divided into three parts. Samanya Lakshana Pratyasatti, Jnana Lakshana Pratyasatti and Yogaja. Again Yogaja, Yukta and Yunjana. So these are the classification. Flowchart you can put there. Laukika Sannikarsha, by 6 types you are getting the knowledge. Sanyoga Sannikarsha, Sanyukta Samavaya Sannikarsha, Samaveta Samavaya Sannikarsha, Sanyukta Samaveta Samavaya Sannikarsha, Samavaya Sannikarsha, Visheshana Vishesha Bhava Sannikarsha. So these are the 6 Sannikarsha means Sambandha, connection of the Indriyas with its Artha, how it is connecting, all those things we study under this Sannikarsha, that is comes under Laukika Pratyaksha. Then Anumana Pramana, so it is Vyapti Jnana necessary. Vyapti means what? coexisting nature of the hetu and sadhya. So before going to this vyapti, you should know the what do you mean by sadhya and what do you mean by hetu. Sadhya is nothing but the which is to be proved, about what we are trying to prove. Like Parvato Vanni Manha is there, no? Here Vanni, that Agni is sadhya. So Agni is there, that we are trying to prove. That is called as sadhya. Agni वहाँ पे है, that हम उसके बारे में बता रहे हैं. That is called as sadhya. Hetu, with the help of which we are proving the sadhya. So hetu is the reason. Because hetu there will be dhuma is there. Because of that dhuma we are seeing there may be Agni in the Parvata. Like that we can giving the reason, that is hetu. Paksha. Paksha means what? The place where sadhya and hetu resides. Because Paksha is here Parvato Vanni Manaha. Parvata will be Paksha. Sadhya and hetu are both are there present. Sadhya is Agni, hetu is Dhuma. So both are present in which place? No, that is called as Paksha. It is of two types, Sapaksha and Vipaksha. Sapaksha means where definite existing nature we are giving the examples. Like a kitchen. In kitchen also we are seeing the Agni and Dhuma. No? We can give that example. Vipaksha, the Jalashaya, the water reservoir. Where Sadhya and Hetu both, it's not possible to see. So that is negative. Here complete absence of Agni also and complete absence of Dhuma also. So negative example with Vipaksha. Anumana types, three varieties classification will get, that is Purvavat, Sheshavat, Samanyato Drushta. Purvavat means the future, analyzing, thinking of future. By seeing the seed, you are thinking of next which tree may get produced. By seeing a mango, this seed, no? You can imagine the next after some years, we will be getting a mango tree here in this area. Like that, imagining is a Purvavat. Sheshavat, past, the previous. So that same thinking. So tree if you take, the mango tree only. So if you seeing the mango tree, okay, someone have maybe already they have because someone soaked this mango tree seed, that's why now we are getting this mangoes with the help of this tree. Like that, thinking of previously someone has sowed this mango seed like this. That is Sheshavat. Samanyato Drishta means present which by seeing the pen and paper in one place, so thinking that okay, someone is writing with this pen only in this page. Like that, presently what was that? Imagination. Because when it was work was going on, we were not there. But after certain time, when we come to know present, by seeing the both at a side, the pen and paper, and written on that paper, by seeing that, you can telling the Anumana, inferring that okay, it is written by this pen only in this book. Like that. That is Samanyato Drushta. Then one more classification they explain is Swartha Anumana and Parartha Anumana. Swartha means Swartha, self, for the self purpose, one self purpose, understanding the things by the help of this is Swartha Anumana. Parartha Anumana, to make others to understand. So for this we are using the Panchavayava Vakya. So Panchavayava Vakyas are Pratijna, Hetu, Drishtanta, Upanaya, Nigamana. Already I gave an example in previous the Nyaya Darshana session. So just go through that one. So next one more classification they have mentioned is Kevala Anvayi, Kevala Vetireki and Anvaya Vetireki. Kevala Anvaya means Sattatmaka, Kevala Vetireka is Nishedatmaka, Anvaya Vetireka Ubhayatmaka. So Anvaya is positive, Vetireka is negative. So here both Anvaya Vetireka. Then coming to the Hetva Bhasa. Someone has told me to explain about the Hetva Bhasa also. Just in a simple way I will try to explain. Hetva Bhasa, it is of 5 types. Savyabichara, Viruddha, Satpratipaksha, Siddha and Bhadita. Here Hetva Bhasa, so we can understand by these points. So first, before knowing the Hetva Bhasa, you should know what do you mean by Hetu, Sadhetu. Sadhetu means Hetu should be having the 5 characteristics, that is Paksha, Sapaksha and Vipaksha. abadita and asat pratipaksha. If these 5 characters are present, then only we call it as a sad hetu. It is a correct hetu. If these 5 characteristics are not present in that, then you can call it as a hetvabhasa. Hetuvat abhasa iti hetvabhasaha. In Charaka also we will study the ahetu, no? 3 types of ahetu: prakarana sama, samshaya sama, varna sama. These are nothing but this hetvabhasa only. Hetuvat abhasa iti hetvabhasaha. So these things, if you understand these, then it's easy to understand the hetvabhasa. Coming to the hetvabhasa, savebichara. Savebichara means what? The inconstant reason. So you are not able to give a correct one. It is not constant one. Inconstant reason is called a savebichara. This is our means a conclusion from different. It is different from the which we wanted to explain about. That conclusion different from that which is required. That is called as savebichara. It is of 3 types: sadharana, asadharana, anupasamhari. So sadharana means where we are giving the hetu which is present in the sadhya bhava sthana also. Means even in vipaksha also it is present. That is sadharana. So usually like vipaksha means it should not be there like that. Example, horn, if you are taking as a hetu to understand the cow, that time horn is also present in buffalo, no? So it is a general one, it is present. That reason or cause you cannot give. So that's why here it will become a general, that sadharana. So sadharana, with the help of this sadharana hetu, we cannot conclude our theories. That's why sadharana becomes savebichara here, because reason will be too common here. Asadharana means that hetu what you are giving, no, that will be only present in paksha. It is completely absent in sapaksha also, vipaksha also. Like example, gandhatva of prithvi. So gandha is the main special quality of prithvi, no? That is completely, it is related to that prithvi only. It is present in prithvi. Other than prithvi, you cannot give examples like in sapaksha it is there, vipaksha it is not there. You cannot give any examples. That's why it is as asadharana savebichara. Anupasamhari means inconclusive. You cannot give a conclusion, as there will be no sapaksha and vipaksha to prove that sadhya is present in example. Sarvam anityam prameyatvam. Here word you used is sarvam. Everywhere you have taken. So then how you will give example of sapaksha and vipaksha? Because you have mentioned sarvam. So every sorry. Sarvam anityatam prameyatam. So wherever everywhere present prameya are always anitya. So you have not a chance to prove a sapaksha and vipaksha only. So that is called as anupasamhari. Viruddha means opposite. Means opposite to things only you are getting. Example, if you take Shabda is Nitya. If you are trying to prove Shabda is Nitya, by giving the hetu as it is an effect. As it is an effect, then it is completely wrong you are trying to prove. Because which is Karya is always Anitya, no? That's why you are giving a wrong example only. Shabda is Nitya as it is an effect. So this will be wrong. With completely Viruddha hetu it will be. That's why it is called as hetvabhasa. Then coming to the sat pratipaksha hetvabhasa. Means 2 different hetus causes the sadhya asadhyata. So means bringing an example of something different only, which is not at all related, that to prove your theories, then it will fail to complete. It is a proving of sadhya becomes a failure due to other hetu. Is called as sat pratipaksha. Example same. Shabda is nitya in karana rupa. Shabda is anitya in karya rupa. For to prove that karya is anitya, if you are taking an example of jar. So jar is karya. So we are able to destroy it and it is anitya. If you are trying to prove with the help of that jar, then definitely your that hetu sadhya will be not possible to prove. That's why this is called as sat pratipaksha. Then asiddha hetvabhasa. Asiddha hetvabhasa is, so it is of again 3 types. Like assessment of the sadhya based on asiddha hetu is called as asiddha hetvabhasa. Like chaya is a dravya as it is consisting gati. If you are trying to prove this one, chaya means shade of a dravya as it is consisting of gati. Gati is present in that. That's why it is dravya. Like that, if you are trying to prove Then, but gati present in the dravya is not a, actually it is present in the dravya. It is not to become the hetu for the other things. That's why if you gati, that chaya is a dravya, then it will be wrong. In three division we are studying ashraya asiddha, swarupa asiddha, vyapyatva asiddha. Means ashraya means location, then swarupa characteristic, and vyapyatva means extension. So examples: ashraya siddha, gagana aravinda surabhihi. So gagana aravinda, so aravinda means lotus. In gagana, in sky, lotus is so beautiful, lotus in gagana, which is giving so much fragrance, like that. Usually this is the simile used in Kavya Shastra. If you take this sentence, then it will be very wrong, because gagana is, it is like a empty space. How it is possible to produce any flower in that area? So that ashraya only not there. Ashraya is only mithya. So that is why it is ashraya asiddha. And swarupa asiddha means what? Swarupa means it's a look. It looks only not there. Means by swarupa we cannot see only. Shabdo nityam chakshushatvat. Shabdo nityam chakshushatvat. Means shabda is nitya because it is chakshu grahana is possible because of chakshushya. Like that, if sentence is formed, it will also wrong, because shabda is heard by the karna, not by the chakshu. That's why this sentence will prove. Swarupa only, you are telling wrong swarupa only. So then vyapyatva siddha means it's extension. Ubhadi sahita hetu means upadi. Like example, parvato vannimanah as seen dhuma in parvata. This if you are trying to prove with the upadi veda, like because of wet indana is there. So that if you are trying to prove, then it will be, you are going to end in a way. Because in Mahanasa, that means kitchen also, you are getting the Agni and Dhuma. So, and even in red hot metal ball also, Agni will be there, but Dhuma will be not there. If you are trying to give examples which is not related one, that Upadi only if you are giving wrong, then that Vyapyatva asiddha will takes place. Only it will prove that wet indana is there, then only Agni is there. Like that you are going to prove. Next, last one is Badita Hetvabhasa. Badita Hetvabhasa means which is contradictory one, inconsistent reason you are giving. Means a sadhya bhava of hetu is proved firmly with the pramanas is Badita Hetvabhasa. Means examples, you can take ice cubes. So by ice cubes and if you water, if both if you compare, ice cubes will be heavy in nature, no? Guru in nature. When water, you can think it is a laghu in nature compared to both the same quantity water. If you take and make ice, one ice and one keep it in a liquid form only. So weight, when you weight, ice cube weight will be more. So that by seeing ice cubes will sink in water as it is sthula in nature. This if you want to prove, then you are going to wrong in this concept, because in pratyaksha pramana you can prove this wrong. When we put that ice cube in a water, it will not sink, it will float. So with the pramana, pratyaksha pramana, it will be disagreeing. That's why such things, hetus if you are giving, then it is called a Badita Hetvabhasa. This is about Hetvabhasa. That after that you can put this flow chart. So it will be impressive and it will be good. So about this Hetvabhasa, this is completed. So after this Hetvabhasa, we are moving to the Upamana Pramana is explained by the Nyaya Darshana, and Shabda also you have to explain very slowly. This is the Pramana Mimamsa. Then Mulya Mimamsa of the Nyaya Darshana, their Dukkha Nivritti for purpose, Yama, Niyama, Dhyana, they have mentioned to follow this one. Then Kaya, Vak, Mana, Shuddhi is necessary, and Moksha Prapti is 6 urmis. This view means Kshuddha, Trishna, Moha, Lobha, Shitata, Ushtata. If you overcome from these things, then definitely you will get a moksha. Mokshas, they have mentioned 2 types, Aparanishhreyasa, Paranishreyasaha. These 2 varieties, that is nothing but the Jivan Mukti and Videha Mukti. Nyaya Darshana and Ayurveda, most of the things we have taken from the examples with the Nyaya Darshana, that Tarka Sangraha. Most of the shlokas we are studying from the Tarka Sangraha only. So that and all you have to mention 16 padarthas, So in while reading the Vada Margas, 44 Vada Margas, most of the points will cover there only. And 12 Pramayas and Pitarapaka, important Pitarapaka is also, and Paramanuvada also we expected and explained in Ayurveda. And Ishvara Tattva also, Karma Phala, Apavarga, all these things we used to study in the Sharirasthana of all the three Samhitas. Next coming to Vaisheshika Darshana. Vaisheshika Darshana means it's also called as Kanada Darshana and Aulukya Darshana. Vishishyate sarvato vyavachchidyate enasa vishesha. So everywhere they have used a vishesha, the word. That's why their name came as a Vaisheshika. Kanadam paniniyam cha sarvashastra upakarakam. The Kanada and Panini both are very much helpful for the sarvashastra upakarakam. To read all shastra, the Kanada and Panini Maharshi gave a more very useful points to read the understand the Shastras. Vaisheshika Darshana Pravartaka is Maharshi Kanada. Kala, it is not exactly known, but Kanada Maharshi Kala is considered as a 300 BC. Grantha, important Grantha is Vaisheshika Sutra. It consists of 10 chapters and 370 sutras. Tattva Mimamsa of Vaisheshikas. So this is visible things in the universe are called as the Padarthas. So that is Padartha, Padasya Artha, Padartha they used. Three important characters of the Padartha they have mentioned, that is Astitva, Jneyatva and Abhideyatva. So Padarthas can be classified into Bhava and Abhava. Bhava Padarthas are Dravya Guna Karma Samanya Vishesha Samavaya. Abhava are Samsarga Bhava and Anyonya Bhava. Samsarga Bhava again Pragbhava, Pradvamsa Bhava and Atyanta Bhava. So these you have to write in the Tattva Mimamsa. And Kanada Maharshi told only 6 Padarthas, but Chandra Acharya, later after Kanada Maharshi, he come and accepted 10 Padarthas. Along with these 6 Padarthas, he also added Shakti, Ashakti, Samanya Vishesha and Abhava. These are the points explained by the Chandra Acharya. So next is Dravya. So Dravya is individually, you can just start explaining the things. So Dravya, Kriya Gunavat Samvaya Karanamiti. So Navakarana Dravyas they have mentioned. So Nitya Rupa, Paramanu Rupa are there. And these all are the Karana for all the Karya Utpatti. All those things we have to explain. Then Srishti Utpatti Tattva, same like this one, Paramanuvada, they explained. For that purpose, it will combination of these Paramanu in 4 stages. That is, first stage will be Dhenuka, means 2 atoms will combine. Trasrenu, second stage. 3 means 2 atoms combined, Dvenuka. 3 Dvenukas combined, so it will be 6 atoms in it. Third stage, Chaturanuka or Chatusrenu. That is, these Trenukas. So, 1 Trenuka is a combination of 6 atoms, no? So, that 1 Trenuka, let it, such 4 Chaturanukas will combine means then it will become a Chatusrenu. So, totally it will be 24 atoms in it. Then, 4th stage will be Panchanuka. So, 5 Chatusranu combine to form a Panchanuka. It will be almost 120 atoms in the Panchanu stage. From Panchanuka stage, Stula, Stulatara, Stulatama, that Karya Utpatti presently what we are seeing all around us, no? That everything we are seeing because of this combination of this Panchanuka. Gunas of the, that also explained. So according to Kanada, 17 gunas. So also Prashastapada added 8 more gunas. Totally 24 gunas were accepted by the Vaisheshika Darshana. So they have given the 3 lakshanas to the guna, that is Dravyashrita, Nirgunatva and Nishkriyatva. These are the important points. Then coming to the Karma. The Karma Tattva they explained is like it is Dravyashrita and different from Guna. Karma Veda we have to mention Utkshepaka, Apakshepana, Akunchana, Prasarana and Gamana. Then 6th Tattva is Samanya. It is Nitya and Eka. It can be divided into Para, Apara, Parapara. Vishesha Guna. This is also one of the important Vishesha Padartha. Vishesh Padartha, this is also important Tattva explained by the Vaisheshikas. It is the Nitya, Ananta, Vibhajaka and shows differences in the 2 Padarthas of the same Jati. This is its Vishishtata. Then Samavaya, it is inseparable relationship. Sambandha is of 2 types, Sanyoga and Samavaya Sambandha. Sanyoga can be, we can destroy it, we can divide it. but Samavaya is inseparable one. So you can understand this Samavaya concept by the Avayava, Avayavi, Guna, Guni, Kriya, Kriyavana, Jati, Vyakti, Vishesha, Nitya. Because these are the important factors to understand the Samavaya, that is inseparable relationship. Then last Abhava is also they explained, but Kanada Maharshi not accepted it as a Padartha, but accepted it as a, while explaining the Moksha Prapti. That time, Abhava of the Karmakshaya, the Karma Phala, that is, then only like that, while explaining, he accepted the Abhava, but not as a Padartha. But Chandra Acharya, he accepted it as. So, Abhava, you can put a flowchart there. Then important Vada explained by the Vaisheshika Darshan is Pilupaka and Asatkaryavada and Paramanuvada and Arambhavada also. That Asatkaryavada itself is called as Arambhavada. So these are the important Vadas explained by the Vaisheshika Darshanas. So in Jnana Mimamsa of Vaisheshika, Jnana they consider as a Vidya and Avidya. So Vidya can be, we are getting by the Pratyaksha, Anumana and Smriti and Arsha. Avidya can be by the Samshaya, Viparya, Anadhyavasaya, Swapna. Avidya, because we are not getting proper knowledge because of these four factors. Getting knowledge is because of the Pratyaksha, Anumana and Smriti, Arsha. These are the important. And they accepted only two pramanas, that is Pratyaksha and Anumana pramanas. So Mulya Mimamsa of Vaisheshika, they mainly gave importance to Dharma. Here Dharma means what? It is the Abhyudaya Nishreyasa Siddhi. Abhyudaya means Tattvajnana. Nishreyasa is Moksha. Moksha Prapti is possible only by understanding the Tattvas. So this is the concept explained by the Vaisheshika Darshanas. And for Dharma Sadhana Marga, Samanya and Vishesha, they explained in the my previous session. You can just go through that one. Moksha Sadhana, Shravana, Manana, Nityakara. So these all are the points we have to cover while explaining the for 5 marks. Means very less you have to write. No need of writing in detail. At least you have to mention the tattvas which are explained. And important tattvas you can just elaborate for 2 to 3 lines. Then after completing these 3 parts, then coming to main important is, because without this it's incomplete of that answer. Vaisheshika Darshana and Ayurveda. Shat Padarthas, mainly same things we are reading even in Ayurveda. There you can quote the shloka. Samanyam cha visheshascha gunan dravyani karma cha samavayam cha tadnyatva traktam vidhimastita. This is the shloka you can write here. You can quote. Okay. Then Paramanuvada, same thing given in Sharirasthana, Aparisankhya, Sharira Vayavam Paramanu Rupena Aparisankhya, like that shloka will get. Because Paramanu Rupa many are there, that's why Avayavas in the Sharira is also Aparisankhya, like that we'll get the quotation. So Paramanavada is also accepted in Ayurveda. So Ayurveda believe the Indriyas are Panchabhautika with one predominant of Mahabhuta. But Vaisheshikas believe only it is made up of one predominant Mahabhuta. So this concept also you have to mention. And 2 pramanas definitely in Vimanasthana we will getting. And 41 gunas are accepted in Ayurveda, but Vaisheshikas 24 gunas only they explain. So this is about almost 4 darshanas which you are having for the syllabus purpose. And important vadas by the different darshanas. So I think Dr. Konik is completing the Siddhantas, that Vada Margas. So I'll tell you to how to remember these things. Who and all wrote this darshana. So darshanas, you can just make 2 columns, darshana and important vadas are Siddhantas. Sankhya Darshana explained the Satkaryavada, Parinamavada, Dvaitavada and Anekatmavada. Yoga, same like Sankhya only. Nyaya explained Asatkaryavada, that is Arambhavada, Pitharapaka and Paramanuvada. So these are explained by the Nyaya Darshana. Vaisheshika Darshanas, Asatkaryavada, Pilupaka, Paramanuvada, same Arambhavada like Nyaya only. Mimamsa people not gave any Vada, separate Vadas, just they gave importance to Karma only. So that is a different one. Vedanta people, they gave Vivartavada and Panchikarana Siddhanta. Panchikarana Siddhanta is very important Siddhanta which we even study during the Pancha Mahabhuta Prakarana. So there you can just Panchikarana Siddhanta, and even Uttarottaranupravesha or Bhutanupravesha question is asked, no? That time also you can utilize this explanation of Panchikarana Siddhanta. In the previous, while explaining Vedanta Darshana, I told that in 5 stages, these combining of the Sukshma Bhuta to Mahabhuta will take place. Like that I explained, no? That and all is just right while explaining the Panchikarana Siddhanta. This Panchikarana Siddhanta explaining along with the Uttarottaranupravesha, Anyonyanupravesha, Bhutanupravesha, nothing but the same. Whenever question is asked for Uttarottaranupravesha, after explaining the shloka, you can utilize this Panchikarana Siddhanta explanation also. So in 5 stages is like a first stage, it will be each tanmatras are in Swatantra Vishuddha Avastha. Second stage, tendency to divide into 2 equal parts. Third stage, it will be they split complete into 2 halves. Fourth stage, it will be 1 half remaining intact, the other half split into 4 equal parts. And main tanmatra of each half combined with the 1/8 part of the each remaining tanmatra is the last 5th stage. So in this 5 stages, it is going to form the Sukshma Paramanu to Stula Mahabhuta Utpatti. This is the Panchikarana Siddhanta, very important concept explained by the Vedanta. And in Charvaka Darshana, we will get a Swabhavavada and Bhuta Chaitanya Vada. Swabhavavada is, it is its Swabhava, it's a Gunadharma of that Dravya, because of that only. For that they gave examples like the thorns are very sharp in nature. It is its Swabhava. Like that they have gave the examples there. Swabhavavada, even in Sushruta Samhita, Srishti Utpatti Krama, we study Swabhava during the Srishti Utpatti Krama by 6 factors. Swabhavo, Ishvaro, Yadricha, Nitya, there. Then Jaina Dharma, there we study 2 important vadas are Syadvada and Anekantavada. Syadvada is the only understanding one dharma only. Okay, Anekantavada, it is a very important concept explained by the Jaina Dharma. So that is Anekantavada means here they told that reality can exist simultaneously in different forms. So you cannot deny that answer also. The same with one sentence only, you can get a many answers for that sentences. Like that, different forms we can getting. So in Ayurveda, we can study this type of Anekantavada in the Ayurveda Avatarana. When conferences are going on about Ayurveda Avatarana. So different. And even Vata Kalakaliya Adhyaya also about Vata Pitta. So Vata Pitta Kapha Gunas also explanation there also we can correlate the Anekantavada. Even Yajja Purusha, Purusha and Roga Utpatti, different concepts we are getting, all those things we are correlate with the Anekantavada of Jaina Darshana. And Bauddha Darshana, mainly important, Kshanabhanguravada. So it is a very important concept we study in the Kshanabhanguravada. That is, every Kshana it will be this one, Shunya means it is the Kshanam means Sarvam Kshanikam Kshanikam. Every moment is changing. Like example, Shirete Anineti Sharira, and even every moment it will be taking place in 3 stages. First moment it will be manifestation, second moment it will be existence, third moment it is perishing. So in this 3 states, even though we look it as a first moment only, but it takes place in 3 stages. So this is Kshanabhanguravada explained by the Lord Buddha. So it is the existence in one moment, but usually it is considered in the 3 existent moments. So this is Kshanabhanguravada explained by the Bauddha Darshana. And also they explain Shunyavada also. Shunyavada means, Shunya is means don't think it as a zero. Shunya means nothing. Nothing can emerge or manifest without a destruction. So like it is a complete new Utpatti only. When the seed will get destroyed, then only that tree will emerge. This is the concept explained by the Bauddha Darshana. Sarvam Shunyam, Shunyam also they explain. This is also concept of the Bauddha Darshana only. Kshanabhanguravada and Shunyavada are important things. So this was almost all. I think Vadas are also very important one. You can just make notes of this, and my email ID, I will just try to type here. Wait. So you can, if you want notes of this, you can just send your message, then I will give you the notes. So this much if you write in the exam, definitely you will get good marks. So all the best for your exams. So this will be my last session. All the best. Have a nice time. Take care. Thank you.